Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier. Tony Z took us through a segment that covered the economy design and NPC subsumption. A lot of this information seems like a refresh of some of the original technical documents, but if you're a new citizen, this all may be brand new. Welcome to Tony Z in 6 minutes and 4 seconds, as best I can, in no particular order. They want to make a systemic world, which means that things will balance automatically with minimal developer intervention. This will ensure that not everyone will be able to do the same thing and be successful. So the more people that do a crime in an area, the pay to perform security jobs in that area will go up. This will naturally balance out the lawless behavior and make it more difficult. Large things such as ships are not just going to have a cost, but the individual components have a cost, and when calculated, that'll give you the final price. That means that the total price of the object will change from place to place depending on the individual cost of the individual components at that location. Demand's going to be simulated based on the availability of the object or service and the manpower available to perform it. So if a particular ore becomes valuable, the universe will offset price just like it would in real life. NPC companies would begin to seek out the ore, hire workers, build factories, and add trade routes, etc. They might also temporarily compensate by simply adding a second shift. So the universe and economy are going to balance out based on how we behave, but then the NPCs are going to counter that effect. The dynamic mission system is going to tie in the economy, resulting in a mission availability that makes sense to that area. This is to mitigate the need for designer intervention. Pay will scale, but the actual missions will be available based on your reputation, status, and wealth. This can be seen somewhat in the Miles mission we have now, where you need to perform a mission to get a particular reputation before being offered the new mission. Tony did confirm that it won't be possible to simulate and automate everything. Sometimes things are going to need to be scripted custom. Tony set up a scenario for us. We have ore in one place and a refinery in another. Between them there lies lawless space with piracy. Flying back and forth, we'd expect to see NPC traffic, and it would behave in an expected manner. Miners would be going to the refinery full and leaving empty. Some would have escorts and some may not. We may also expect NPC pirates to target only the full ships, and we would expect to see some ships with battle damage. In essence, his example sounds very obvious, but the takeaway here is the code is being made to simulate this automatically, and in a way that we would expect. I did a detailed video on subsumption, and it's linked up for you right now. Our service beacon requests will also generate NPC activity. Players and NPCs can answer your requests. You may not know who's coming until they arrive, in an aim to give you a dynamic experience. If a beacon isn't answered, the system may create an NPC to answer your request. This is particularly important for ejection pickups when it really matters and you're stranded. Mission spoofing will be dealt with as well. If a player decides to leave a bait call as a trap, they would get a wanted level and a reputation. Removing a crime stat will be done by hacking a terminal, being killed, or dying, which is basically auto self-bounty clearing. Local law will dictate the posture and the reaction to the act that you perform. Murder in a lawless sector may go unnoticed as it's normal. Murder in patrolled space may immediately result in action as it's illegal. The gray zone might be bumping into a ship by accident, resulting in a fine. Repeated bumping will get you noticed. Your reputation is a two-way street. The less lawful you are, the harder it may be to operate in a lawful sector. However, it would likely help you operate in a lawless sector. Reputation will alter your personal experience in a meaningful and appropriate way. Scanning is broken down by distance, scanner strength, and beam width. If you encounter the NPC law or NPC pirates, they may just do a basic scan to check your identity, like checking your license plate. This applies as well if your player's on foot. Their scan may just query your face. He didn't specifically speak about the counter gameplay to scanning, however, we've known for years that that's part of the plan. Failing a scan might result in a more detailed scan of the cargo or what you're carrying. Failing further will add to your crime stat. Security will posture based on how grievous the crime is. Hidden cargo holds will resist scans better but aren't perfect. If a scan is initiated at that specific place, it will get detected. NPC bounty hunters will become more frequent based on your bounty. Areas will each have their own bounty hunting guild with a cost to join and a quota to maintain. If you're able to maintain your status, you're going to get detailed information to perform bounty hunting missions in that area. This one actually makes sense to prevent trolling. If you capture a bounty on a real player, you won't be able to troll them by taking a really long time to get them to the drop-off. The player you capture will simply become an NPC from your perspective, and they'll wake up immediately in jail. Effort's going to be made to ensure that I can't go kill the bounty hunter as he's delivering me to the law. Quantum trails are going to be trackable, and the trails can be spoofed. Repair and salvage are polar opposites. Salvage beams rip a ship apart, and repair beams would fix it. A long-range scan may tell you something is generally low in value. A more detailed or close scan might verify that the asset will show new information and may reveal that that product is actually unique. This is true for ore, salvage, and other features in-game. This means if you want to be sure, you're going to have to be detailed with your scans. Information will need to be updated to preserve its value. This temporal loss will work exactly like real life. Old value is less valuable. He didn't confirm whether or not prisons will time down while you're logged out. They need to test it to make it right. You may literally need to wait in prison. However, he did say that once you were there, he would have something for you to do. And finally, he put up a list of illegal activities and consequences, which was really helpful. Theft, manslaughter, illegal mining, running contraband cargo, smuggling, murder, using a false ID, performing quantum interdiction. The consequences are going to be based on the severity of the infraction, and they're going to include fines, bounty, prison time, outright banishment from the area. There you go, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.